Now, the rest of the story.
I'm still causing chaos. To be honest, this whole day was pretty much chaotic, and I wasn't doing any of it, but this drill kind of makes my tractor look small. And if you guys want more, well, better shots of it, go to How Farms Work. I'm pretty sure Ryan's doing, well, I know Ryan's doing more on it. It's just, I wanted to go through and get all of, well, everything that I did the other night, which is 24 hours, like literally, this is exactly 24 hours later from last night's video, or the last video that I posted. Not really how I wanted to do it, just because I had so much, I kept getting pulled away from working on what I was planning on working on. I think we all understand how that is. So I'm just glad this is done. It's not like this is really terrible at all. It's more or less, it's just time consuming. But the plus side is it's scenic. I mean, going from my furthest away farm, just basically taking the scenic route back home, because I made a big circle or big loop, and just seeing in 24 hours the amount of ground. This is a no-till drill, so just bare spots. I mean, it's just not that heavy. I mean, honestly, I might get a little rambunctious here. I mean, I'm really thinking about it. Just going through and ramping up the seeding rate, and I'm really leaning that way. Because it's just too, that's a different story. So, what am I doing? Other than the waterways, trying to get everything ready for planting. Because just like how I ended the video last night, or the last time, almost exactly like last night, right? Hello? Well, that was just a phone call to tell me a story about my grandma. One of our agronomists actually used to help my grandparents, and he's my neighbor. So he's bringing me some more grass seed. That's really not like something you guys really care about. As far as the story about my grandma makes a lot of sense. He showed up after school back in 1997, he said. And he said he was told to go out and haul some some fodder stacks. You guys remember them? Out to where my brother currently lives, because there was a storm coming, winter storm. All right, he's like, so I did. He said, of course, that time of year it always gets dark early. He said he went out, started hauling, and he says got dark out. And he says, I'm used to working after dark for all the other guys I've worked for. And he says I turned the lights on. From the description he gave me, it was the old loader 4020 without the loader on it, with the Hinterkehr cab. And he said the second those lights came on, he says, I kept hauling, of course. I mean, you really couldn't see very much past the front tires, but it's what came factory back then. He said he looked out, and here come the pickup. He's like, huh, must have been my buddies or something. And didn't really think much of it, and he said, sure enough, he says it was your grandma. And he said, your grandma chewed my ass out for farming after dark. Because he said, all she told him is, we don't farm with the headlights. If the headlights come on, you shut down for the day. Which makes a lot of sense, because I always used to fight. I don't want to say fight, but it was always a challenge when I was younger trying to do field work in the fall, like with Grandma and Grandpa, because they were the same way. If it got to where you needed the lights in the tractor, they really didn't want you doing anything. Which I don't know if it's so much, if it was they're worried about anything happening or having an accident, because let's face it, up until not that long ago, lights were rather pretty poor on tractors, and the tractor I'm talking about using was the 4440 chisel plowing, and it was always a challenge. You get 8, 9 o'clock at night, and it was almost always a guaranteed phone call or somebody showing up telling you to quit for the day. Well, for any of the families out there, any of the viewers out there that have teenage kids that were happy and eager and more than willing to finally be in a tractor seat doing tillage, and the only time that they could actually do it was either after school or on the weekends, you pretty much wanted to run as much or as long as you could. And that's really what I was. I had no problem. I still don't. I don't have any problem running into the night. I'm not so much a morning person. I'm all the dairy operation, the dairy cows just ruined getting up early for me or what, but I just don't have any desire to get up early in the morning. I just don't. So, yeah, one of the rare stories of my grandma being stern. You don't hear those very often, because I'll still stand by my statement that Grandma is one of the sweetest ladies I've ever known, or the sweetest lady I've ever known. So that just delayed me that much more, but it's 6 o'clock right now. I don't know if I'm going to get everything worked down at my place yet. I'm sitting at 300 keeps moving on me. About 350 pounds of seed on the drill yet. Putting down 20 pounds to the acre. Almost thinking about cranking the rate up. And seems how it's a no-till drill. Getting some seed ordered and go through and do the rest of this. Just the spots with the clover is so light. The clover might be good feed for dairy operations, but I'm not making feed for dairy operations. So I don't know. I got some thinking to do on it. But at least where I'm seeding down right now, this will come in really nice. The only thing is this drill actually works over the 76 pretty good. I was actually spinning in all 4 tires on it. Diff lock and the front tire is locked in. And going uphill, granted the ground has worked, actually made the tractor, my little 76, actually grunt a little bit. That's good for it though. Keeps it young. So, as far as everything else going on, I'm just kind of, as far as sitting and talking to you guys for hours on end tonight, I was in a better mood last night. I guess I complain too much, but which is fine, because if I don't vent to somebody or something, it just is that much worse for everybody. And it's not like a whole lot is really going on that's terrible. It's just spring. Got about 30 different things to do and getting pulled 6 or 7 different ways, and just trying to make sure you're getting everything done in a timely manner. So this will look nice coming up. I'm really not planning on making this till about July. So everything that I'm seeding in now, it'll get a good start, and then hopefully it stays established and keeps growing. As far as first cut down here, I actually go back and watch that video where I was cutting first cut last year, and that was some really nice looking hay. It looked nice. It was coming up. It came up nice and thick. But the problem is, first cut was like 96 bales was first cut. Then I made second cut. I got 21. And then third cut, which had longer after second cut. I think that went 2 months before I made third cut off this again. And then it did yield like 60 bales. But, you know, me being a farmer, it's never enough. You can't just settle. And really, I'd like 600, 700 bales off this down here. For those that might think it's not possible, it's very possible. I'm just got to get everything working in my favor. And for my farmer viewers out there, will agree. It can be a bit of a challenge trying to get everything to work in your favor. So I'm really surprised I haven't gotten another phone call. But yeah, 6 o'clock at night, it's about time Brittany starts looking for me. So I know there's a lot of guys that like clover in their hay. I don't. I need tonnage, and the clover, you get one good cutting off of it. Because I remember Grandpa used to saying that too. He tried clover, planted clover, and he said the same thing. Makes really nice feed, but you really only get one really good cutting off of it, and everything else after that just doesn't add up. Just doesn't want to grow back, and I get that. That's what I was just talking to Mike about. Even the dairy guys, different. There's about 3 different options you can do, and you get recommendations about what you should be doing for the year. Like my question was, for this down here, do I tear it all, like disc it like I did, you guys saw me do last night? Do I disc it down and go through, put the money up and seed it, and at least get in what I want in here? Problem is, then it usually takes the rest of the year for it to really amount to anything. Secondly, I could go through, do it with the no-till drill here, seed everything down, interseed it, then go through and spray to knock out the clover, so that way the clover isn't stunting or holding back the seed I'm putting in the ground. Third option is not do anything and just be happy with what I've done, what I got growing up, see what it does once it gets some heat on it, and just go that route. Right now, option 1 is completely out the window because I'm not tearing this whole field up. Really not crazy about how much I tore up last night, but it needed it. Secondly, the second and third option are the way to go, and it's more option 3 of not do anything and sit and complain about it all summer versus option 2. Because the problem is with option 2 is maybe I could do part of the field, and that way it's a 50-50 draw as to whether or not it was the right move or it wasn't. So at least I'm not completely out the whole field. There's just too many uncertainties with option 2. And then tomorrow I'll go, you know what, I'm just going to go disc it all down and reseed it. I'm not going to do that. I'd much rather be putting corn and beans in right now. Within a week, I could see us putting corn and beans in. But it's just, want to get the grass seed in, get the grass seed growing. So, maybe I'm just getting tired. Think that's a good enough video? It's not too long. There aren't any action shots of this, largely because this coon drill is really for Ryan to do videos on. Go to How Farms Work and watch his videos on the coon drill. I know some people don't like the action shot stuff for watching the equipment work, but you guys are also supporting my brother. I do appreciate when you watch him, because the rest of the story, this channel was not created to be a competitor to How Farms Work. This channel is the rest of the story. It stays true to what the title says. It's everything else that's going on that Ryan isn't isn't able to film. Because as of late, a lot of what we've been doing lately, it's all three of us. Not necessarily all three of us. It's two of us going one direction, one of us going another. So I've been working on the gravel and the waterways and doing a lot of this seeding. Ryan's been hauling corn. Dad's been riding with him. Largely because Ryan's tarp was giving him issues. It no longer is. But it just gives Ryan company too, because like Ryan said, by the time I do about the 4th or 5th load, he's like, I'm getting kind of tired as far as trying to stay awake. So the bins are about empty. I'm grateful for that. Corn quality is what it was when it went in. It's really great quality stuff. It's cold. It's still like what, 38 degrees I think is what he said, and we're not getting docked anything there. But it takes a little bit of getting used to this drill. It's so long. The wheelbase is so long that, you know what? We're just going to back up on that one. I didn't turn wide enough. I was too busy talking. You know what? I think I'm going to end this video because I want to focus on what I'm doing, and I want to drive a lot faster. Because nobody likes to see streaks in their hay, right? So you guys are watching the rest of the story. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I absolutely hate doing that. I'm going to be humble about it and honest, because honestly, I don't feel like... I'm not going to tell you guys a bunch of whatever just to get you to watch or to do whatever, but subscribing and even just interacting with the channel at all, even clicking the cards. I do try to throw those in so you guys can go to my playlists. Yes, that's right. There's a playlist of my fieldwork videos where it's largely just doing fieldwork, or it's the day-to-day stuff where I'm talking just in the shed and stuff like this. Like this video is under the fieldwork category, and YouTube it's been a lot more fun here lately. More interaction with people. I do like reading the comments. I've been getting upwards of 100 or so comments the last however many videos I was watching. I don't comment to every single one. I try to like everybody's comments. The little heart symbol thing, I don't do that to everybody's, because honestly I try to just do the double thumbs up, I guess is what you could call the heart. It was for the comments that were actually good comments, you know. I don't like just, you know, thumbs up in every single video. I'm trying to be honest here, and I just try to make everybody feel great about themselves for whatever. But I do like reading the comments. There isn't enough time in the day to do everything that I want to do. I mean, welcome to being a farmer. So with that, I'm once again asking for your help in supporting my channel. Until next time, take care, take it easy, keep in touch. You guys are watching the rest of the story. Talk to you later.